And so then at number 1, coming in at the top spot, the thing that I cannot live without, it's got to be potato! I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. What's you biting your tail? I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. You are my favourite. My favourite. Come back, potato. Come back. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, my name is Melissa, or Missa. Welcome, and also welcome back if you are coming back. Thank you for coming back, that's very nice of you. Today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be rounding out 2020 of like my favourite products, makeup, skincare, that kind of thing, stuff that I've just been adoring. I went through my drawers, I picked out the things that basically, if I could only keep 20 products, this is what I'd keep and this is what I'd repurchase. So we're gonna get into it. I don't want this video to be too long, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna start with things that aren't necessarily makeup, but they're very important in a makeup lover's life, in my opinion. So the first thing I want to talk about is my JACLYN professional brush cleaner. One of my sausages, Becky, put me onto this. She said it was the best one. I needed a new brush cleaner because I bought the Style Pro. In fact, I used to use the Style Pro one, which, by the way, I don't know if they've changed the formula or something, but this is horrible now. It is absolutely horrible. I spent a lot of money on it, so I did use it mostly up. But anyway, Becky said this was the best. I trust her opinions. So I bought this, and as you can see, my one is pretty much empty, but my lovely sausage Venke, she pointed out to me that Beauty Bay were having like 50% off it. This was £14. I think it's usually about £20, but anyway, but even at full price, this stuff is worth it. This is liquid gold in a makeup collection, in my opinion. I wash all of my eyeshadow brushes every single day after I've used them with this, and then I can just reuse them the next day, and then maybe once every 2 weeks I do a proper deep clean. But this stuff is the absolute best. Cannot recommend it enough. Thank you, Becky, for putting me onto it. Thank you, Venke, for telling me it was half price. Delighted with that. And then moving on to makeup remover for your own face, not your brushes, the PRIMARK Balm to Oil Cleanser. I can't get over how much I love this. I mean, my biggest gripe with it is that it's, sorry, he's playing with a toilet roll tube, is that it's very small. Like, you don't get that much in it. You get, how much? 50 mils. So one of these probably lasts me like 3 weeks or so, but it's only £3. This removes your makeup so excellently, I can't even tell you. Also, I feel like my skin has been better since using it. It feels like skincare to me. Like, my skin is more smooth, more luminous from using this and the next product I'll talk about. But anyway, if you can get to PRIMARK, please pick up the Balm to Oil Cleanser, and while you're there, just pick up 2 or 3 for yourself, because I know you'll love it. This is, well, how many backups do I have left? I have 3 backups left, and I'm using one currently. I literally just finished up my Huda Wishful one, and this is better, and it is so much cheaper. But the next thing is my Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask by Glow Recipe. This has really changed the game in terms of my skin. My skin is smoother, less textured. That's what smoother means, Melissa. It's more luminous, it feels more hydrated and plump. This is expensive. I actually got gifted this from my lovely friend Teresa. I will link her channel up here. When I went and visited her in Ireland earlier in the year, and this is actually my second pot, Teresa, if you're wondering, the one that you and Elena then kindly bought for me. It is the most beautiful like night mask. I just put on like a thick layer before bed and just let it sink in overnight, and then you just wash your face in the morning as usual. It's the bee's knees. It's so expensive, like, in my opinion. This to me is like real luxury, but I can assure you that when this runs out, or just before it does, I will repurchase it on Cult Beauty, because it's the one product that I feel actually makes a difference, a visible difference in a short period of time. So for me, then it's worth buying it. We've only talked about 3 things. Okay, come on, Melissa. Next, my Ameliorate Intensive Skin Therapy. I first got this in a glossy box or a Look Fantastic beauty box. I can't remember which one. And I was like, meh, moisturizers, whatever. I'm really bored of getting skincare in these beauty boxes. This has changed my life. I literally use it every day. Every single day. It's the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful, thick, hydrating moisturizer under makeup on its own. Ow. Whatever you want, this is the bee's knees. It's about £15, I think, for 30 mils. So it's, again, quite expensive. But if you wear a lot of makeup, if you don't wear a lot of makeup, if you just want to hydrate your skin, if you just want to feel like you're giving yourself a spa experience, get this moisturizer. It's amazing. I've talked about it in so many videos, so I don't want to go on about it, but yeah, it's incredible. Then in terms of tools, I've got a couple recommendations. Color Drain is pretty much the only sponge I will use now. I've got 2 of them. They are the best. I used this one today, which is why it's a bit grubby. It is the softest sponge I've ever used in my life. It washes so incredibly well. I've had this one for over a year now, and it's not got any holes or rips or tears in it. They're inexpensive, but if you live in the UK, they're very expensive to get shipped over. Like, Colour Drain shipping rates are so expensive. But if you're in the States and you want a good sponge, I think these are like $6 or $8. So worth it. I use it in every single video, so that attests to how great I think it is. And then in terms of brushes, I've got 4 recommendations that I couldn't live without. First is my JACLYN Hill JH06. I use these for blush and bronzer. I've got 3 of them now. They're just perfect. They're shaped perfect. They're soft. They're beautiful. Then the Real Techniques 003. This is what I use for powder. It's a fantastic brush. I was actually going to declutter it when I first got it because I thought that's just a weird shape. I won't use it. I now use it every single day. In terms of eye brushes, the 2 that I have really just loved all year, the Morphe M514. Great blending brush. If you want to like see the brushes more in detail, I did do a brush favourites recently. And the Morphe M456. I didn't think I was going to love this brush, but I love this brush. It's perfect for in the crease, blending out, underneath, whatever you want. Those are my tools. For eyelashes, it can only be my EYLURE 117s. I've definitely been doing more kind of natural makeup this year, makeup just for like nipping out and about, or like since I started kind of dating this year, I've been doing more natural makeup. My EYLURE 117s, best thing ever. They are fluttery, they are wispy, they give you that nice curl and length, but they're not too thick. It doesn't really look like you're wearing false lashes, but you are, and it does. But like, some people wouldn't know you were wearing false lashes, but us makeup people, we would know. But do you know what I mean? They just give you that perfect little hint of like lifting up your eye-ness, and they're not too expensive. I tend to try and buy them when Superdrug or Boots says like buy one get one free, or buy one get one 50% off, that kind of thing, and stock up on them. So my 117s, can't live without them. And you also get them in all the supermarkets, so they're really easy to get. Then we can move on to makeup, I guess. So number 1, in terms of like base, my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I again was going to declutter this when I got it because I thought, I don't care about primers, whatever, like not a fan. This though, as you can see, I love this. I'm very close to needing to repurchase it, which I will do because I swear by it. And I feel like when some like glowy primers that you put on kind of pill up or ball up, or they don't really mix well with your foundations, or just something doesn't look right, but I find that this looks beautiful under pretty much every single foundation I use it under. It's the bee's knees. I've used it in a million videos. I've used all this stuff in a million videos, which is why I don't want to talk about everything in too much detail, but I just want to mention them all. Becca Backlight Priming Filter, again, it is expensive, but in my opinion, sometimes paying a bit more is worth it, like if you do really see the difference. So that's the that on that. Sorry, he has the zoomies if you could hear scuttling around. Foundation, this will not be a shock, my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear. I wear the shade Yukon. It is the perfect match for me. I'm actually not wearing it today. I'm wearing the newer one, the, what's it called, the Soft Matte Complete Foundation, which I also adore. But the reason this is slipping into favourites and not the Soft Matte, which is a favourite by the way, but in terms of like general 2020 favourites, I've used this way more. This matches me better than Yukon in the Soft Matte Complete. Like, I'd take it all the way down my neck because it's a bit too pink for me. This one's perfect. Lovely coverage, dewy, glowy, beautiful, lasts all day. Every time I wear it I feel great. I don't think I've ever had a bad makeup day wearing this foundation. You alright? Are you drunk? I can't recommend it enough. Again, it is expensive, but again, sometimes paying more is worth it, in my honest opinion. And this is not a honorable mentions video, this is not a one that's kind of similar. This is definitely my favorites, so some of them will be quite pricey, but I just have to be honest about my favourites. And talking of pricey, my concealer favourites, I have 3 that are in complete equal place. I cannot pick between them. I've loved them all year, or for the vast majority. So the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer, this probably edges just slightly ahead of these two for the reason that you get so much product in here. It's a bit more expensive for a concealer, but you get 15 mils. And like, for example, in these other two that I'm going to talk about, you get 5 mils and I don't know what's in this one, 10. So you get 15 in here, so this lasts you way longer. It's full coverage, it's very hydrating, it's beautiful, it is so nice as a foundation as well. Like, say, just a quick thing, just whack it all over and blend it out, it's beautiful. Tarte Shape Tape, yeah, I didn't think I was going to love this as much as I did. I love it. I actually have one that I've pretty much finished up. This is my backup that I've started using, which hurts my heart, but at the same time I do like finishing up makeup. Wonderful concealer. And then my Benefit BOIING Cakeless Concealer. I discovered this a few months ago. Shade 1 is so beautiful on my skin tone. It really brightens, but it's full coverage. Does it crease on me? Yes, all of them do. All products crease on me. All products crease on anyone that has lines. So that's not like a claim that I think it really manages, but full coverage, long lasting, beautiful. So I'm counting these as 1, just so you know. But a concealer that I do love, but I'm counting it as my eyeshadow primer, is my Revlon Candid. This is in the shade 010 Vanilla. This is probably like my 4th or 5th tube of it. I use it as an eyeshadow primer pretty much every single day. I use this as a foundation a lot. If I'm just nipping out to the shops and I just want my skin to look a bit more evened out and nice, I'll just whack this all over my skin, because shade 10 pretty much matches me exactly. It's such a beautiful eye primer in my opinion, and I don't feel like by the end of the day it's creased or anything. I know our lovely friend Robert Welsh says not to use concealer, but sometimes I feel like you have to do what you want, and this one is wonderful. I've recommended it to a lot of you and I think a lot of you really liked it, so just saying. Right, how many is that being? So it has to be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Number 12 then. BH Cosmetics Belgian Waffle. This has been the bronzer palette that I've reached for the past few months. Oh, I forgot that happened. First of all, I've hit pan on my lightest shade, and then this morning I had this on my knee as I was doing my makeup and potato jam in it, and that's his claw marks. But thankfully, it's in the bronzer that I use the least. My goodness, I would have been quite mad at him, but he's too cute to be mad at. This has 3 bronzers, 3 highlights. I use this highlight all the time as well. It's stunning. It's a pretty good dupe for Benefit Cookie if you ask me. The bronzers are smooth, they're buttery, they're blendable. I can wear all 3 shades to be honest, but these 2 mostly. And then the other 2 highlights are too dark for me. This is, I think, £15 on Beauty Bay. Highly worth it if you are pale to medium. I think you will get a lot of use out of this. My lovely sausage Stevie actually sent this to me, and I've then gone on and recommended it to like a million other people because I've just fallen in love with it. The quality is just amazing, and the packaging's quite cute actually as well. I never really think about the packaging, but it's gorgeous. And then for contour, very quickly, Essence Contouring Duo. I've hit pan on both sides. It's wonderful. It's the best. It's like £3. How can you go wrong? This lighter shade is great if you are very pale, and it's great for like nose contour if you're not so pale because it's not so intense. This darker side if you really want to chisel up. This is wonderful. This is in lighter skin, so there are different shade variants of this. It's just so good. I never hit pan, like very rarely hit pan, so I've hit pan. Impressive. For blush, I had to include this. I was looking at my blush drawer and I was like, do I need to include a blush? And then I saw this and I was like, yes I do. My Barry M blush quad. This is the blusher palette. It doesn't have a name. I think it's the only one that they do. Basically, I feel like they were kind of ahead of the game with this colour scheme, because now orange and yellow blushes are so popular. And look at the shade of this. It is so wonderful. I actually went with a pink blush today. I hope you're impressed with me because I've got a bright pink lip on. But the amount of times I reach for this, like I deliberately now don't reach for it in videos because I feel like I use it too much and it must be so repetitive. Same with this and this and this. Oh, and this. There's so many things that I'm like, Melissa, you have to just like use something else because you're boring. But this palette is fantastic. I think it's about £5 or £6 and there is 4 different shades. I tend to use these 2 or just this one or these 2. I don't really reach for this one very much, but maybe I should. Great palette, highly recommend, cheap and cheerful. And then a day could not go past without me talking about Benefit Cookie. Let's be honest. I'm wearing it today. I actually didn't put that much highlight on today though, so ignore it. But Benefit Cookie is, it says Golden Pearl Super Silky Highlighter. I think this should be called the holy grail of all highlighters. It is absolutely, I can't even talk about how beautiful it is. You know how much I love it. It's expensive. It is expensive. Now, I did say this was not an honourable mentions, but this has to go in a favourite as well because I did discover it this year and I think it is incredible. My Amazon Hojo highlighter, this one's in the shade 02. I discovered this as an Amrezi dupe, but actually it's a pretty good dupe for Cookie. It's a pretty good dupe for the Amrezi. It's a lovely formula considering how cheap it is, what, like £6 on Amazon. I'm baffled actually by how beautiful this highlighter is. Hopefully I'm doing swatches like that you can see up close and better. Post Melissa has to do that. Like, if I couldn't get Benefit Cookie, I would get this one instead. And it's so much cheaper and it pretty much works the same in my opinion. So I'm going to count this as 1. Rather than an honourable mention. Thinking about lips, you know I'm a sucker for a lip liner. I have so many, but my favourite formula this year has definitely been my MUA Intense Colour Lip Liners. These are epic. They're really, really long. I mean, I've used all of these, so I've kind of sharpened them down, but these lip liners are £1.50 and they're much longer than like a regular lip liner. Let me try and, what have I not like sharpened or anything? So like, this is an average lip liner from Technic, and then this is an MUA one which I have used and sharpened, so you're still kind of not seeing the full whack, but you get a lot of product in here. They're creamy, they're pigmented, they've got a beautiful shade range, like really dark reds and bright reds, lovely pale nudes. My favourite one is of course TLC. Sincere is second favourite. Obsession, really dark brown. They've got purples, pinks. They are the most beautiful lip liners. I'm wearing this pink one today actually. Couture underneath my next product that I'll talk about. But yeah, if you need a good lip liner formula, can't recommend MUA ones enough. I actually got sent these in PR months and months and months and months ago to do a lip swatch video with, and I've since bought TLC a couple of more times because I've run out of it. That's how much I use it. I can't recommend these enough. Beautiful formula, very cheap as well. So I do have some good like cheap products in here, but the next one isn't. For lipstick formula, I put a lot of thought into it and I thought, what do I wear when I want to feel great? I want to feel glam, but I need to love the formula because I'm going to be wearing it all day. It's got to be Fenty. I love the formula on Fenty. Excuse me. The formula is so smooth and comfortable. It lasts all day. It's not like if you eat like a Chinese for dinner, it will come off a little bit. So it's not like super glue on the lips like my Maybelline Superstay, but it's a very comfortable, beautiful formula. I'm wearing Unlocked today, if you're wondering. And then my favourite red in my whole collection is Uncensored. Like, it's the perfect red. I'm sure so many of you have this already. It's the perfect red tone with the perfect formula. So I have to say, like, Fenty does kind of edge above the rest in my collection formula wise and colour wise, because these are probably the 2 colours I wear the most. And then I have to give a shout out to my Fenty Pumpkin Rose. A lot of you will know I'm obsessed with this. I've worn it in like a million videos because I'm obsessed with this like pumpkin-y orange shade on my lips and my cheeks. Oh, some fire alarms going off. What I will say about this is the colour is my favourite in my entire collection. Like, if I had to get rid of every single lipstick, including these other 2, what one would I keep? It would be this for the colour. The formula is not my favourite. I don't remember what it is. Mademoiselle formula. But the colour is, I feel, very, very unique. So if anyone has any recommendations of colours like this that I can get easily, that are maybe more comfortable than this formula, please let me know. But I can put up with it not being the most comfortable. It's quite drying. I can put up with that for the colour because I think it really suits me. I get a lot of compliments on it when I wear it, and sometimes I even like put it on my cheeks and just blend it out like a cream blush. It's stunning, and actually my friend Izzy got this for me. So yeah, how many is that? 1, 2, 3. We'll count the lips together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm counting these as one because I use them together a lot, but also I do have one more thing I have to mention. So my Carnival palettes are definitely my most used palettes of the year. The XL Pro I've had, what, since last year? I don't remember. And then Tahiti came out this year, just a few months ago, but I won't talk about them too much because I've done so many videos on both of these palettes. I use them all the time. I love them. The colour stories are immense. There is nothing wrong with either of these palettes. I cannot recommend them enough. The quality is amazing. I also think for the price, like £36, it's not that bad. Like when you consider you'll spend, you know, 56 on a Jeffree Star palette, or I used to, and get half the amount of shades. Like you get so many shades for the price. I think it's really, really good. I have an affiliate code with Be Perfect. I'll leave it down in the description. They just started a new affiliate program, so if you want to order from their website, you'll get a bit of a discount, I think 20%. Yeah, I won't harp on about these because I have harped on about them a lot, but if I had to get rid of every palette in my collection, that includes my Dose of Colours foundation, like, which you know is so near and dear to my heart, I could live with just these two because it does have the brights, but it also has the neutrals. So these are the ones that I would save in a house fire. And then the last thing I want to mention, and it's something I discovered this year, and every time I've used them I said these need to go in my favourite. Last up has to be my Sheen Epic liners. I have so many beautiful colours. I have tried so many like cake liners in the past. The most like well-known being Suva. Hated it, didn't like it, cracked on me, didn't look good, didn't enjoy it, especially for how much I paid for them. These are, I think, £5 or £6 per pot, and they do like deals where you can buy like a few at a time and get a discount. These don't crack, they last all day. Sometimes I feel like you do need 2 layers if you're like putting it over eyeshadow, but on the whole you can use it just 1 layer. They've got like dark colours like this dark purple, and then they've got like the neon oranges. They've got dark blue. The pastels are to die for. The shade Mellow is one of my favourites. I just think these are fantastic, and it's quite a small indie brand, Sheen Cosmetics. I think it's good to support them. I got sent these in PR a while ago now, but I then ended up buying a set from my lovely friend Tia. I'll link her channel up there because I love them so much, and she's used them a bunch, and I know she really likes them too, and I know a bunch of you bought them since I started talking about them, and you've come back to me and said you really like them as well. So if you want a cake liner that isn't too expensive, it won't break the bank, but it won't crack on you, which is one of the worst makeup problems to have, I feel, is like a cute eyeliner but it cracks, what is the point? Then cannot recommend these enough. Isn't that a beautiful handful, even though I've got big man hands? Yeah, so I think that is 20. I hope that's 20. I feel like I put quite a lot of time picking these to be the best of the best in my collection, and I feel like I'm giving you good recommendations. So if there's any kind of like, if you're looking for a primer, try the Becca. If you're looking for a foundation, try the NARS. If you're looking for a bronzer, try the Belgian Waffle. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really stand by all of these products and recommendations, and I just think if you watch back on my videos throughout the year, you'll see how much I've used them all and harped on about them all. So yes, that is my 2020 favourites makeup and skincare. Do you want to see a not makeup favourites, like TV shows, and like random 20 favourites that I've enjoyed this year? Let me know in the comments. Also let me know what your favourite has been for this entire year. You don't have had, it doesn't have to be new this year, but something you've used and just adored in 2020. And yeah, that is going to be all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some good ideas. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, a big thumbs up really helps me out, probably more than you could ever know. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. I put out 3 videos per week. Potato, you need to come here for the outro. And yeah, you'll get to see my kitten. Oh yes, go. In every video, because we love Potato. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. It's the utter zoomies, so he's just being very cheeky this morning. Oh, don't bite, mommy. You saying bye?